Nice things.
So y'all be nice, okay, kids?
Okay.
Okay, let's pray. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for this day. Father, I thank you for these teachers who, Father, after a school year where they're tired and been through so much, Lord, they're willing to continue to help these students, Father, to learn. Father, I just thank you for that. And I pray that you'll just give them wisdom and discernment as they work with these students this summer. Father, I pray for your blessing upon this time. And I pray that everything we do, Lord, will honor you. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, I have a plethora of materials to hand out to you. So I'm just going to pass and you pass it around. And if we don't have enough of something, let me know what it is and I will make sure that you get it. First, each student whose name I have received that needs tutoring, I'm assuming after having spoken with teachers, I told them up front that the students' parents needed to be contacted so that the parents were aware that they needed tutoring. So these names that you're receiving today, I am assuming basically that their parents have been contacted. These are the contact letters that Miss Emma came up with, and there's an email. You should have all received the email with these. So if you personally have students in your classes that need to be, their parents need to be alerted, then you can send this letter. If not, you have access to that through that way. If not, let me know, and I'll make sure that you get it another way, okay? Also, we have a contract master, okay? I think we had more show up than I had on my list, so I may need to go run make some copies for you guys in a little bit. We have a summer tutoring contract. And when you are tutoring, basically you are entering into business with these people, okay? They should be front and back, most of them, until you get to the bottom of the pile, and then it's a 2-pager, I think, on there. This just lets you know what the expectations are, and the parents know what the expectations are. And it has the goals of your tutoring are to do these things, promote and support active and independent learning, to develop a positive approach to learning, create an encouraging environment where learning can take place, and to aid in developing them higher competence as well. And you also have responsibilities listed here for the students. So once you schedule tutoring, they're expected to be there. And this has been kind of the age-old problem. You always have some that you schedule for tutoring, and you're here and you're waiting and they don't show up. And so we've talked about that in the past with those who've tutored before. How many of you have tutored before? Most of you have, yes. Okay. So my suggestion is always that once you get them to sign the contract and you go over it with them, sign it, then you set up a pay schedule for yourself. And I would have them pay like at the beginning of the week. Because if you're waiting on them, they'll tutor and then you won't get paid if you're waiting till after. And that's the key. You want to make sure that you get money from them. And I think Mr. Howell said today $20 an hour. Is that what he said? Okay. Because he wanted everybody to be the same across the board.
Miss Bettis, I'm sorry, do you suggest cash only or checks okay?
That's just up to you. I think we've always had most of the parents bring cash, but I don't know that anybody's ever had trouble with checks.
Okay.
Have you had trouble with
No
checks?
trouble, but
I've accepted checks before. They told me, I don't have to give me cash this week. Can I write you a check? That's fine. But usually I tell them
Before they
cash only,
come,
please.
yeah.
Just because it's easier and then you don't have to worry about taking it to the bank and having to cash it.
Yeah.
So-
Right,
Okay.
right. That's going to be between you and your person
Okay.
that you work it out with.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, it's summer, and so some people travel in the summer, so they may not be able to be here every week. Plus, you need to factor in when you plan to be out of town if you're going to travel somewhere with your family or whatever. But you need to make sure that you get a schedule set with them immediately so that you can start that off right away. You may want to take a week off after school and then start the second week. That's up to you. I can tell you that the school office will be closed the week of July the 4th. And I think the 4th is like on a Sunday or a Monday, but we still get that whole week off. We're so excited because that's our normal thing to do, to take off the week of July the 4th. So keep in mind, we want you to tutor here at the school, and we want you to tutor while it's office hours, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 to 3. If you need to do more than that, let us know, and we'll see if we can work something out. But that's for your safety as well as the children's, if, you know, keep in mind that people come through in the summer and they redo the floors, and sometimes they shampoo carpets, and we may have to adjust and move you around somewhere to another room or whatever. But we'll work something out with you as long as you're here during those hours. You need to make sure if you schedule a time with these people that you're on time, that you're here. I'd get here a little bit early to make sure that you're here to receive them and be ready for your session when they arrive, okay? And then before they leave for the day, say, okay, I'll see you again next Tuesday, or I'll see you again next Thursday, whenever your next scheduled thing is, so they're aware that you're aware of what that time period is. And you will keep very accurate records of your students' attendance this summer. Okay? This is a tutoring attendance sheet. So you'll put the student's name on here, up here, and your name here, okay? And then when you have them scheduled, each time they come, you can put a check or a present. If they're scheduled and they don't show up, put an absent, so that we know at the end of the summer, when all the tutoring is finished, we know how many days those students actually came for tutoring, and we have that record. So at the end of the summer, when you're finished, I'll expect to get a copy of this. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Can I just make a suggestion for everybody that worked
Okay.
well for me?
Sure.
What I did is, if they agree to say come on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, then I would highlight all the Tuesdays and Wednesdays for that week, and then that way it made it easier to stay on whatever date it
There you
was
go.
for that child.
On here, go through and highlight that. That's good. That's a good
Make
idea.
a calendar. For
How,
June.
whatever your system is that works for you, just make sure though that I get a copy of this and it's all marked down for me so that I know, okay? And as you're tutoring, this is something that you'll turn in to me at the end of the summer as well. This is your progress report. So it's like you're giving them a report card at the end of the tutoring session, okay? Some of these students are tutoring because they just need help, you know, a little extra help. Some of them are tutoring because they need credit recovery and they need to be brought to level, okay? So at the end, you'll have to fill this out, okay? You'll turn this in, letting us know they've completed the tutoring in the following areas and any comments that you have. So if you know, there's something they're still struggling in, or something they need more help in, or something that we need to know about them, you'll put that there. If you feel like they have not satisfactorily completed tutoring, then you need to tell us why. Maybe it's because they were supposed to tutor, 10 times and they only showed up once. Maybe it's because the material that you utilized, they just couldn't grasp it. Whatever the reason is, you put that reason on there when you turn this in, okay? And then you make a recommendation. Some of these students, when they come brand new to us and they test to come into our school, some of their scores may be a little bit low. And what we tell them is, you have to tutor this summer with one of our tutors, and at the end of the summer, they'll sign off on whether they feel like you're ready for that grade or not. And that's what you do here down at the bottom. They're ready for the next grade, not ready for the next grade. Okay for the next grade with continued tutoring in a certain area, okay? So at the end of the summer, for each student, I'll get this and I'll get this stapled together, okay? That way I know what you've done. And I'm just giving you one copy, that way you can make copies that you need for all of your people, okay? So be sure that you don't use your master copy, okay? Make sure that you save that one out, okay? Now, once you get all of your tutoring, all of your people set in your schedule, I want to know what your schedule is. So this is a schedule. You write down there, you see it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's got hour slots on there, starting at 9, ending at 3, because 2 will be your last time that you start. So I need you to fill these in, and I need a copy, excuse me, of this, so that I know when you're tutoring, in case I need to reach you, or in case somebody calls and has questions that we need. I know it's a lot of papers, sorry. Thank you for just bearing with me. And I have one more to give you. This is a sheet where you can mark on there that you've been paid for your sessions, so we know that you got paid, okay? The date they tutored, what your name is, the amount that was due, the amount they paid, how they paid you, cash check, whatever. You know, if you take payment in coconuts or something, that's up to you, okay?
No.
All right, but that lets us know what your pay schedule was, that you got it taken care of, okay? So all those are things that you're gonna utilize, that you're gonna give back to me. Previous tutors, that's what I've received. I've received the progress report. I've received their attendance roster here. And what she did was she marked the days that we were gonna be closed, so she knew not to schedule that. She put a copy of their contract in there where you see the parent signature and everything's lined out, spelled out. And then she also put what they worked on, okay? She put what they worked on. Now, it's important for you as the tutor to get with the teacher. Let's say a student is struggling in math. And let's say, Mr. Edwards, you have somebody that was in 6th grade that struggled in math. Then you're gonna obviously have to contact Ms. Dobson and say, what was it that they were struggling in? So I know where to start them off. We have a few copies of the vacation stations left for the 1st through the 6th grades, I believe, if you wanna use some of those. You can photocopy pages or whatever out of it. I think you have the kindergarten one.
I do.
Those are things that you can use. We make sure that you get copies of the curriculum so that you have that to work with. Anything that you need that we can provide for you, we'll definitely do that. If there's things that you need to provide yourself off the internet or whatever, then that's up to you, as long as it's in keeping with the information that they need. We also have their Terra Nova test scores. You can come see me and I can show you where they are deficient in certain areas, what it is that they have not mastered, so that you know that those are things that they need to work in. Okay, so you have the comments from the teachers why they're tutoring, and then you have the test scores as well to look at, okay? Anybody have any questions so far? So far, so good? Yes, ma'am.
You said the week of July 4th, that's prior to or after July?
We are, is there a calendar? There's not a calendar in here. We are closed that week, and it's gonna be the week after. Let me look up my calendar on my phone so I can tell you the exact dates, okay? Okay, it starts, Monday is the 4th, and we'll be off the 5th, 6th, and 7th. The school will be closed, okay? Because that's our normal week to be off. Even though it's after it, we're okay with that. We're okay with being off. Okay? So make sure that you don't schedule any tutoring during that time, because nobody will be here to unlock the door for you. All right. Remember that students are coming for tutoring because either A, they've just done poorly and they haven't mastered concepts, or B, they have failed a class. So it's important that you know which is the reason that they're coming. So you need to check with whomever the teacher is that they had, so that you can make sure that you give them exactly what it is that they're needing, all right? And the parents must be notified. They should have already been notified by the teacher, like I said, but they also need to be notified by you. And some of the times you're gonna contact them and they're gonna go, I had no idea. And you're gonna say, well, then we need to get with your teacher and make sure, because your teacher said that they had contacted you already, okay? If a student has failed, they have no choice. They have to tutor. They have to bring them recovery for the credit that they've lost, especially in secondary. But I think most of them are going to do credit recovery online for the older kids. Students who are struggling are strongly encouraged to tutor, but we can't force them to. We can encourage them to and tell the parents it's a necessity to help their children to continue to do better. And anybody with high school credit recovery has to see Ms. Smith, okay? Sometimes you may tutor 1 hour a week for a child, and sometimes 2. It depends on what the subject is and how far behind that they are. So you'll need to check with the teacher on that also. Once the teacher has confirmed tutoring with the parent, they should be sending their names to me so that I know and I can get them on a schedule. I've received a lot of hit and miss notifications via email. So I'm going to throw out the names of who I have, and then we'll just assign accordingly. Now, Ms. Faulkner, you sent me a note telling me who you were going to be tutoring. So
Well,
you've checked with them and
I've
you've already
checked with
scheduled
the
that?
parents, and yeah, they want me to tutor their kids.
Okay. So you are going to be tutoring Nathaniel Cody,
Sabian
Stewart,
and Christian Sion.
and Christian Siont. Okay. Now, K4, have any of the parents contacted you specifically about tutoring their children? No. Okay, how about you? Have any contacted you?
I mean, you talking about students at the school?
Right.
Yes, Sion. But she's coming into pre-K.
For the little girl,
Yeah.
the little girl, okay,
little
so you're gonna get the, that must be, I wonder if that's the K4, I just have K4 Kelsall, but I think that was Barry. You had brother,
Right,
the brother.
Anthony.
Okay, so you're gonna tutor him? Okay, and so Ms. Mack, then you're gonna tutor the sister going into K4. Okay. Do you know what she wants tutored? Phonics or?
I think funny.
Okay, you need to be sure and check with her and then let me know.
Okay.
Okay, let me know what it is that they want to have her tutored in. For first grade, I have Jaden Bowman, I have Victoria Morgan, and I have Malik Pipkins, but I don't have any subjects down here, what they're gonna be tested, what they're gonna be tutored for. So who wants to tutor first grade? Do you wanna do some of them?
I'll do some of them also if she.
Yeah, I can help
Okay.
if needed.
If you.
And I
We have
want
several
Malik.
second and third graders.
Yeah, you
I'm
have
sorry.
Malik
She
Pipkins,
had
I've been
Malik
notified
last
by
year.
his mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Macklemore, you're gonna get Malik. You're gonna take Jaden Bowman. Okay, are you gonna take Victoria Morgan, or are we gonna give her to, who else needs somebody to tutor? How
She
about,
needs, Victoria needs that one-on-one.
she does, Miss Christian, let's give you Victoria Morgan, because she'll be coming
She
up to your
definitely
grade
needs
next
a
year,
one-on-one.
okay?
All
So-
of mine's a one-on-one.
Yeah,
All of mine are one-on-one.
Okay. But she's a special case, she's definitely a special case,
Yeah,
okay?
she is.
I can work with
All right, for second grade, I show Giselle Perez, Shalom Coombs, and Anthony Thomas. Now, were your students?
Those were my three, yeah.
Were your three? Okay, now do you want to tutor them, or do you want somebody else to tutor them?
You know, me and Shalom have a good working relationship. I can, yeah.
So you want to keep?
Yeah, I'll
him?
keep Shalom.
Okay. Okay, Giselle Perez. How about you, Ms. Mack? You want to take her?
She's a sweetheart.
She's
She's
precious
she's
girl.
a sweet baby.
Is
Precious
she
girl.
phonics?
I
What is
love
she?
that baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
she
it says
phonics
phonics
and
and
spelling.
spelling.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I like
Those will be strong ones for you.
I
That's
like
good.
it.
That's great. And then Anthony, this is Anthony Thomas?
Thomas, right.
Okay. And his is language and
You
spelling?
need someone that's very patient.
Okay, and language as in Shirley.
Right.
Shirley
definitely
English,
Shirley.
okay. So and you don't do Shirley English down in K4, do you? No,
it.
Shirley.
I know it, but I don't.
Do you, how about we give you, Miss Mack, you wanna work with Anthony Thomas?
I like students.
I like students. That's a good thing. He's a sweet baby. You just gotta be.
You know, that's my Jordan.
Yeah.
I love that boy.
My concern is the Shirley, if you know the Shirley, to be able to tell him or
Yeah, I
not.
get with you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You feel like you can do that? Because if not, we'll wanna get him to someone who knows Shirley.
Yeah.
If you may wanna take him for the spelling and let somebody else do the language that knows the Shirley or something.
Just show me what you want him to learn.
Okay. Okay, and who took Malik? That was you, Miss Mack, right? And has anybody heard from Zane Maxey? Is he still gonna be tutoring? Zane Maxey, who has him as a
Miss
teacher?
Hart.
Miss Hart.
And she's not in here, okay. And Ivana and Justin and Sabian is
Miss
gonna be
Bettis.
Faulkner, yes.
I tutored Ivana last year during the summer, so I already know her parents.
Okay, so you wanna tutor her
I'll
again?
take her also.
And I'll take it. Do you have another third grader, Miss Beth?
Oh, yes, there's plenty.
Okay.
Okay, Ivana, I'm gonna give to Christian.
Kulik, right? Is that her last name?
Connick?
Connick.
Connick, I think is how it's pronounced. Okay. All right, so that brings us to third grade. No, still some second graders.
Yes.
Abigail Bledsoe, second grade reading and math.
Do you want me to take Abigail
You
since
can
you
take
had them?
Abigail,
Okay.
yeah.
Or her.
You want, Alan, you're gonna take her?
Abigail.
Well,
let's
she's
see.
actually first grade coming into second grade.
Okay.
Okay.
So are you gonna take her? Ms.
Yeah, I'll
Allen?
take Abigail.
Okay. And Justin Joseph, he's for math. He's going into second grade.
I thought Abigail was her last day today.
Maybe I can take him.
Well, I think
You
Abigail.
wanna take it?
Is that first grade, Abigail?
Mm-hmm.
Is she the one that was maybe just going out of town the rest of the week? Is she
I
gonna
don't
come
know,
back?
Miss Hart said she was leaving. She said
Yeah, I
today
think
was
that's
her
it.
last
I think
day.
that's, she's
Yeah,
just
they
going
get
out of
missing.
town.
Probably going out of town.
Yeah, she's
for-
going out of
She's
town.
not like leaving
Oh,
for
I was
good.
gonna say, what?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, then who, Zane Maxey for reading. How about Ms. Mack, you wanna take Zane Maxey for reading?
Yeah, I had him. I like that.
You know him? Okay.
Miss Bettis, do you have some more for reading and I can do some of the,
Yes, that's true, for
Okay.
reading would be good.
Yeah.
That's right, I
Because
forgot
you
about
have
that,
the
that's
reading
right.
specialist,
Well,
that'd be
you know,
awesome.
he's
Okay,
going into
Kristen
second
Renaud,
grade.
then for you,
Kristen Renaud.
Kristen Renaud.
who's Christian Renaud? What
Miss
is he?